So we're just down in Adelaide for a week's holiday. We're going to go look at a boat later on this morning. And I had my doctor's appointment teleconference, and I've got to be on tablets for another 2 months, which is very exciting.
Another how long?
2 months.
Till sometime in May.
Sitting on the beach at
Glenelg.
Glenelg.
We've just had coffee. The people on the footpath think Doug is taking their video, but he's not, he's taking ours. And what I was saying was, it's very interesting how women walk in pairs in the morning, but the men are all walking on their own, and it tells you the whole thing about different personalities. So Douglas is really struggling walking in twos.
What's wrong with twos? Hello, my darling. What do you think of this boat compared to boats you've seen?
I think it needs another cabin.
What do you want another cabin for?
Probably to sleep.
You've got the front cabin.
The bed's not big enough.
You got the front cabin for you to sleep.
Also, don't like being borrow the waterline for this. The nice thing about the cats that you've been showing me lately is that was on ground level.
Yeah.
It's beautifully finished.
The problem is that when you pay 300,000 for a cat, you're getting a crap cat.
Yeah, okay.
So this is the main cabin. And we go down to the foyer down below, which is down another set of steps. And this is the main galley area. So you can see with a nice fridge and stuff. And then it goes through to the front locker. Here's Bridgie testing her bed. Is that long enough for you?
Barely.
Okay. So this is the main bedroom. Can you see out your portholes there if you sit up?
Yes.
So what do you think of that?
Yeah. Maggie likes it.
I like it.
No.
I think it'll be quite comfortable. Try and get in your bath, if your bath actually works.
I'm not getting it.
Go on, I want to see if it fits, man. What's the point of buying a boat if it don't fit? Please.
That's what I said. Really, I'm not getting in there.
Just get in there.
I'll sit here, I'll show you.
No, what's the height you're going to
It's
get?
big enough, Douglas. It's the same length as our home bath.
Is it? Okay.
Well, a little bit smaller. It's close enough. Okay.
That's the bathroom, the shower. It's something to do then, look. And we'll go up outside. The living area. How's this area? Fine?
Well, you really don't want to ask me, but I don't like that kind of door. See?
Yeah.
We had a door that just opened like a normal door. This business of lifting stuff.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's
just
very pretty. I'll tell you, it's very pretty. But I'm not convinced yet.
we'll go look at some catamarans and see. There we go.
I'm at Henley Beach. I just ate fish and chips. And I'm having soda. If you look that way, you'll get North of Clydes. That's down to Glenelg. That's where we've got our accommodation.
Accommodation. Way down there.
I'm going to have a swim, so
That's the idea. We're just doing scenic shots.
You're not, you went right past.
We're about to go and try a swim because it's such a beautiful afternoon.
We're going to try.
Yeah.
I actually can swim, I don't need to try.
We have Bridgie going into the water. Nice and warm. Nice and warm. And then this is our beach and there's our accommodation just over there. So that's what we're enjoying. There's the rest of the beach up there. There we are, we managed to find a pub looking at the sunset, and they served an alcohol-free beer.
And an alcohol-free wine.
And of course I left the selfie stick at the room.
And now we'll look at the view.
Now we look at that's our view. That's the little harbour entrance here. Let's go show you the harbour. And Bridgie with their wine glass in the distance. How cool is that? Perfect shot. Sitting on the bench at our unit with the sunset in the background. How cool is that? After a wonderful day.
If you lower it, you might see the Norfolk Pine. There you go, that's much better. Much better. Then nobody has to look at us, they can just look at the Norfolk Pine.
Look at the Norfolk Pines, and you can look at the sunset behind. Here we are, Friday morning, having a cup of coffee and breakfast out of the wind next to a lovely marina jetty. This is all still at Glenelg beachfront, whatever it is, and we're enjoying the good life, having a relaxing lifestyle. The rest of the company's working hard at work, and we're sitting in our lane having coffee and breakfast. Here we are, we're still waiting for our breakfast. And here comes our breakfast now. Look, here comes breakfast.
Hello, the yoga.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Excellent.
Thank you.
Good. And there's our breakfast, it's just arrived.
Having yoga and granola. Someone to help today. This is Douglas's burger. I'll show you. How much bacon there?
Looks very healthy.
Good.
And here we are sitting over a nice marina with all boats in the background. Now we're at the Adelaide Information Centre, and we're very impressed with their public bicycle pump and the little tree-like bicycle racks that they've got, as opposed to just the standard bicycle racks. It looks really cool. And there's Bridgie figuring out where we're going to next.
Yes, Adelaide. So we're going to take the North Expressway to Walla. And then we're going up the centre here, all the way to Clare Valley.
There we go. And we're on.
Alright, tell us where we are.
We're just past Lockheed, I think it is.
No, we just passed Blythe on our way to Lockheed.
Lockheed, there we go. And we're basically north of Adelaide and past the Clare Valley. And we're going to go look for some pink lakes. But the road's just taking us out into the middle of nowhere. So this is Australian outback, where you just have flat land and shrub and no trees. And this is where they look after all the sheep. So there's huge sheep farms out here, I suspect. Here we are at the Pink Lake.
Possibly. There's no sign, but there was a little... Anyway, it's pinkish. Not quite crimson.
And we've got the serpent in the background there.
It's the Lockheed monster. And go the other way so you can see all the way back around the other side. I'll show you with my hand. Keep going, keep going. Go. And then go. Look at that view. All that straight. Look at them walking up. I'm going to do that to them.
Yeah, he's walking out on the salt pan over there.
I think if there's water, maybe it goes pink. I don't know. I've been fooled.
Then we've got Bridgie walking on water. There's the lake. It's all crusted up. Now we're going to go look at the monster. There you go. You're right up at the monster now. There's Bridgie going to go stand next to it. You need to be at a distance from it, don't you? Got you.
Monster.
There's ooh, look at the monster.
Look.
So there's the monster in the lake.
Oh.
He's not going to eat us.
Changed the angle and I was so looking like he was eating me.
Where? There?
There, like I'm gonna put my finger in.
That's the monster. And there's the lake behind us. Reggie's disappearing into the lake. And that's supposed to be the pink colour of the sand.
It's pink. Look, it's pink.
Oh, we don't know what
You
colour
can't
it is.
see,
I
you
can't
must
see.
be colourblind. It's
Yes.
pink.
See, I'm colourblind. I'll just take Bridget's word for it that it's pink.
Actually. Bye.
Bye. There we go. We've got a shed with the sun. See, there's our barbecue area for outside entertainment.
And a barbecue.
So we haven't bought any food for ourselves.
And if you come through here,
It's a higher colour.
there's a single bed, but I haven't paid for that, so
No, we're not allowed to use
which
that.
is a good thing. I don't particularly want to. Here is the kitchen sink because we brought everything except the kitchen sink. You heard that one before.
Yes.
Here's the bedroom. I said I was happy enough with the king. I didn't need the extra one, which I'm glad about.
Yeah, it looks big enough.
Would you like me to try it out?
See, Martin would love this. It's like a real shed.
And when you lie in my bed, you look out at the vineyards.
See how cool is that? That's what happens when you come to the Adelaide Clare Valley. It's beautiful out there, look at that. So there's our bathroom and toilet. And then we come into over here where we find the shower. It's all corrugated iron. Very unusual.
Come, come, come. Look, this is welcome to Bridget
And Co.
and Co. So
Yeah, here's Co.
who's Co? Is it Conrad or Kun or Colin?
Or just poor old
Turtle.
Douglas. Now we're giving the magpie stump a try for dinner.
I think we are. We
We
might
think
give
we
in when we told. Sorry, no room at the inn.
We're going to try some country pub food. And this is the little town that we're in. Up the road from our B&B.
I'm in Mintoro, in the Magpie Stump, having a Shiraz. Don't know anything about it. I wish the fire was on. But apparently that's only in the winter months.
Yeah.
Never mind that I work a big jump on. I think on right.
And that's the pub we're in. And there's the fireplace with no wood at the moment. Me drinking an alcohol-free beer. I couldn't really taste the wine, as usual. Very sad, really. Such is life. And they've got a table for us for dinner, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, I'm having the stump burger. It's got lots of bacon, meat, lettuce, bun, a little basket of chips. And Douglas is having a lamb shank. He was asked if he wanted single or double. Luckily, he said single. Check out these carrots.
It's huge, isn't it?
You see the carrot?
Yeah. All very nice.
It's the morning of Saturday morning and we've come for a walk from bed in the shed. We are just walking around checking out the vineyards and then we're going to go back for a beautiful breakfast, so don't worry, there's food involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm supposed to
We have
circle
to
with
get
you.
some exercise. Yeah, we're just seeing the scenery behind us.
It's
as you
like the
exercise.
dance, like
Yeah.
I'll do a South African dance for you. 12
Walking next to the road.
11 o'clock. This is the Riesling Trail where we intended to come with our bicycles. We haven't hired one yet and depends on the weather whether we do, but at least we got here. And we are 1,200 meters, I saw that somewhere.
At the very
We're
bottom.
here, back to our accommodation.
So we've just walked 1.2 kilometers.
Well, why does it feel like 2.1?
Because you have to walk uphill.
Yeah, I'll walk the Riesling Trail for you.
There you go.
I'll run it.
There you go. That's the Clare Valley. All its vineyards and Bridgie walking down the road. Real wine farm area. Some overcast.
You're on?
Come on, I'm walking through the vineyards.
Literally.
Literally walking through the vineyards. Now, little shed with the beds and stuff over there.
Bed in a shed, not shed with a bed.
There we are walking in the vineyards. After doing our 1.2 kilometre walk one way and 1.2 back, I'm jogging for a bit of the way, not very much.
Go.
We just finished our walk, or almost finished it, just walking through the vineyards back to our bed in a shed. And both Bridget and I have done a jog and a good walk and feeling very healthy, which is good.
And ready for what?
Ready for brekkie.
Who's getting it?
I'll have to make the brekkie today.
Why?
Because I got it all laid on for us.
And it's a
And
barbecue.
there's orange juice waiting for us when we get back.
Okay. Enjoy your walk.
Bye.
So here we are, back from our walk, having orange juice on our veranda.
Yeah, isn't that?
Alright, so we're looking from our veranda, we're looking across at the main homestead, a Vine Art Studio. These are the owners of Bed in the Shed. Look how they've used the corrugated iron and cut the different curves to make it look so nice. I don't know how some people just have that ability. I would do it and it look like a pile of tin. And we've got lavender in the background there. I like that little sculpture down the bottom, check them out. And then go across and you probably catch the goat and the sheep that just lying just inside the fence over there. Lazy buggers. Look at a little bench, as if anybody's going to sit on it, but it just looks cute. There's chickens, and there's the vineyards.
And that's where we took our picture before.
And Tim Grand Winery is next door, but it's closed. But I've never heard of them, but next time I go to the bottle shop, I'm going to look for them.
And they've still got the little yellow bin on the roadway right at the distance.
Yeah, lovely. Don't judge our cholesterol on this breakfast. You stood in the table? Do you want to sit the other side of the house?
No, I haven't touched it.
And here's the puppy, and he's a bit of an old dog. His name is Cleo, apparently. What do you got to say, my darling?
I'm looking forward to a lovely cooked breakfast, nice and hot, just straight off the pan. That's the problem with other people's breakfasts. They wait too long before you can eat them.
Well, it's 9:52 in the morning, and I'm just videoing our room, just to show it to you, in case you didn't see it before. Oh wait, there's 2.4 kilometer marathon runner having his morning rest, thanks to TB medicines. And this is the artwork by Andrew Quixley, I think it was, and according to Douglas, it's upside down. Which it could be. Not too sure though. Here we are, spending kids' inheritance, skiing. We've decided to buy this place because it's a nice retirement home. And I could polish every day and Douglas could sleep free.
There we go, Martindale Hall. It's a huge old building out here in the Clare Valley. This is the size of the hall. It's quite a big building, this. You can just see it, double story. We have to learn the history of this whole place. That's where we go down there. Quite massive, really.
I'm just showing Dermot what can be done with the fireplace. This is a marble one. You probably won't have the same fire danger with that. And then a nice big mirror above. There's a piano just behind you with sheet music. Look at the roll of sheet music.
Oh, there we go. That's what you need to read your music.
Actual music is here. And I'm not sure how it keeps rolling, but it must surely roll. So I don't have any clue what that is actually.
I don't know, maybe automatic music. Plays the piano. You just put a new sheet in there and it reads it.
Oh, look, all these here. There must be something.
Yeah. It probably plays it automatically.
Do you think?
Like a jukebox of the yesteryear.
Possibly. Clever. Oh, look, doilies.
Lovely high ceilings.
No tea towels here, but they've got a nice crocheted antimacassar. Big paintings.
And you can look at the height of the ceilings.
This is not too bad a place. You could live in a place this size.
Oh, it's quite massive, really, isn't it?
All I want
I don't know how you get all the dusting done.
All I want to do really is open the windows though. They've got shutters over all the windows. I mean, imagine it must be absolutely beautiful with the windows open.
Well, it keeps
But
it.
they're preserving it.
What we do
There's
going into the dining room
Look how
here.
beautiful it is.
It reminds me of the dining room we used to have a 10-on-6. The long wooden table.
Yeah, with all the bits you could take out to make it smaller. Beautiful music being played.
The sideboard.
Teapots. We really need to shine this stuff out like this.
Well, silver's going to be valuable recently. That's what I reckon.
It is.
Yeah.
Look at the chandelier.
You used to have that at home. You had the little bells in each room, and a little star would come up so the servants could come in. You just have to video it through the hole in the wall. It's the
The
kitchen.
old kitchen is closed for lunch.
There's a billiard room. Or the smoking room, I suppose. With all the books. This is what you do when you live in the country. You play
Murder is
snooker.
fact and fiction. The Black Dog Mysteries. Man and the
Library the whole way around.
Here's a book on 7 years in South Africa.
Ah,
Yeah, 7 years in South Africa.
Bridgie found a lovely book called 7 Years in South Africa. The big high ceilings and
Island in
ornate
the
ceilings.
South.
Sorry?
I'm just reading the names of some of the books.
Anyway, that takes us out into the main foyer again of this beautiful house.
50 years in the jungle.
Chandelier. And you can see up to the top of the roof of the house. Like a bit of a sunroof at the very top. In the main stairwell. There's another room. This is another reading room or something.
This is probably the gentleman's parlour. or
Yeah,
something.
probably the gentleman's
Look,
parlour.
there's a shish kebab. I mean, a shish smoking machine.
Yeah, that's right.
And that looks like a set of armour almost.
Yeah, it does.
And all these different boomerangs. Look, boomerangs on the wall there.
Yeah.
I was about to comment on the ivory elephants in the display cabinet. A big set of horns. Pretty
He's
serious.
got everything. He's got all the African
Look,
stuff.
even the masks,
All the
crocodiles,
army stuff.
all sorts of collectibles.
How beautiful the ceilings are all
No
done.
entry.
God, there must have been a lot of time and effort into building this place. They got all the little pictures of the men of the house surrounded by all the bedrooms and the main area where you come up. Now we're going to the baby's room, and that's probably where all the servants would have come up those stairs. So what we've got here, baby's room.
This is a spinning top. I came here because of the sunlight. I'm going through to the next room. Possibly that would be the baby's room off the mum's room, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Employed, and this is the room the nanny would have used when looking after an older child in maybe in the same room.
Nanny's room.
There's a speaking tube outlet on the wall near the door.
That's one of the main bedrooms.
Main bedroom. We should really get ourselves a little table and chairs in our
You could easily fit it in our room.
We could have tea.
Yeah. We just wouldn't have the servants to bring it up to us.
No, we'd have to make it ourselves. We'd get a kettle. A great idea. Couldn't, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We should put a little set of table and chairs in our room.
Well, we can easily do that. Where does it go through?
It's a cute picture. This is the main.
Yeah, it's the change room. Yeah, you haven't got your own bathroom here. Come on, Bridgie, this is for you.
This is the guest room. Oh, check out that bath.
Look how deep it is. You could drown in this bath.
Wow, that's lovely. Absolutely.
You wouldn't get out of it. That's the problem. Once you're in, there's no little handhelds for you.
It's quite narrow.
Mm.
And there we've got a nice towel roll and a potty.
Ah, there you are.
You know how to
No
touch
toilet.
that handle.
Obviously, you got the outhouses.
Look at that.
So what were you saying in doggies? So you like the doggies
There, the picture of the two dogs.
up on the wall. That's what Bridgie likes, picture of the two dogs.
I like pictures of dogs as well as dogs.
You know, in the foyer.
I'm just looking looking at the picture of the house behind you and thinking, that's a
There's the
very
main
Margaret
foyer
Sermon
area
thing.
behind the thing.
Look, the house, picture of the house in the house.
Yeah, that's just a Margaret Sermon thing. We've got a picture of the house on the fireplace display. Now we're coming into the main bedroom. Apparently it's the main bedroom.
Oh, I don't know.
And the women are,
It's the master bedroom.
we have lots of children. Obviously the female that had supposed to make kids in those days.
Why do you say that?
Good look, she's got 3 kids there, all breastfeeding.
All the same age, and yet
Yeah.
you've got a nanny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, once again, very nice chairs.
Hmm.
This one is the dressing table. Look how nice it is.
Yeah,
The
you
hairbrush, the
You
hairbrush
have to
and
get
the
your
comb.
table out from
I
downstairs.
always read about that in the Jane
Oh look, the son's even got a toilet. We don't even have a market, eh?
and another great bowl. Oh, look how high the ceilings are.
Oh.
Imagine.
So that's just a little ball on their toilet. Somebody's got to come and
Well,
empty
most
it
of
once
the
you're
view,
done.
because if I sat in there, I wouldn't see over the taps.
I know, it's a huge bath. And there's no running water in those days, obviously. I don't know how they were getting the bath water in there.
Heavens.
So they've got taps for the bath. Yeah, but where would they get the water running in from?
Oh, wait a minute, yeah.
From the taps here? That doesn't make
Hey,
sense.
they used these, Douglas, all the way till 1965.
Right, gee, this little chest of drawers looks
Obviously got this date wrong.
very similar to British
It's
chest of drawers.
exactly like it. Or like, more like my mother's one.
Yeah.
Oak dressing table with those handles. I'll have to go home and clean it up.
Clean it up, the one they were thinking of throwing out. You look out the window and it feels all very barren out there at the moment. And this is a little boy's room who died at 8 and was locked up in his room for his entire life. It's all pretty sad, really. It's all very high ceilings. So it must have got chilly in the winter times. Obviously got fireplaces in every room. Another video from a slight better distance. The house on the property. Go and whatever you know.
I'm showing Thomas this is a hedge maze. I'm going to go in. It's in Taro. It's just unbelievable because when you look behind you at the view of South Australia, just look, it's unbelievable. Talk about contrast.
That's the maize field where the sheep coming.
The nice French. German should do is head to something like this.
Yeah. There's Bridgie walking through the maze trying to find her way around.
I'm amazed.
I'm amazed at the maze. There you go. And now we're going to go this way around the maze. We don't know where it goes, backwards or
The
forwards.
beginning of the end.
Beginning of the end, yeah. Here's Bridgie's managed to find the centre of the maze.
And a loquat tree. There aren't any loquats on it at the moment though.
I don't know if I've seen a loquat.
I'm supposed to be finding
Oh, there we go.
somebody associated with love. Oh, Douglas!
Yes.
No,
It's our view of the maze. They have to extend it with little panels as well to make it all right. We went to the centre of it already. And then there's Bridgie.
okay, so why aren't you energized and excited about this moment?
Because, well, I'm enjoying my cup of coffee, but we've just gone to look at old houses and we walked through a maze, and I didn't get that excited about the quiz of the maze because it doesn't really do much to my adrenaline. I prefer to do more active things, like go on hot air balloons and ride a bicycle and paddle down rivers and go look at boats and things like
Go to the tourist information and they'll give you a key. $30 per person to have the key and a $50 deposit. And the key lets you go in these old buildings and old gates. Or you can just do the paupers run, which is what we're doing, where we just look at stuff.
that. And you see here, so if you want to look at this building, you need to get the passport key, which would cost us $60 for 2 of us, just so that we could go.
But it's actually closed because of COVID. Doesn't
Yeah, exactly. So
it? Only one.
doesn't really help,
The one
does
we
it?
wanted to see, it's the lolly shop.
Yeah.
So now we just look at the weeping willow.
and the water. This is about the only bit of water we've seen for ages. So we're currently in Borough, and that's a picture of the Borough Town Hall. And further up you've got the Borough Art Museum and the Borough Church.
Tell us what you're doing.
We're doing Cornish pasties, which have got corn and potato and veggies and a bit of mince.
I don't think it's corn, mate. All I can see is pumpkin or something like that, or popsicle.
Looks like a corn cob to me.
Okay, there you go. And he's sitting in a bakery in Borough. Tastes like corn? Looks like corn?
Yeah,
Is corn, yes?
yeah, I think so.
How's your adrenaline at the moment?
We're getting better. We've got a lovely walk around.
Now this is actually a green lake, not a pink lake. And it's green because of the copper ore in the water. It changes with the light. It's 50 meters deep apparently.
They're quite deep.
Yeah, but that's only because between 1971 and 1991 they brought in the big guns and did copper mining.
Did they? There you go. It's just an open cast mine.
Opposed to the mine view.
This is the town view as opposed to the mine view.
And this is Borough. Somewhere up here, so I'm supposed to be looking for the school apparently. The school is over there. And it's still in operation, but I don't know where it is. But apparently it's still, oh maybe there, you can sort of see that sort of V on the roof. It's
What
a
V?
constant square. It looks pretty run down. People love it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Right, so I'm in the kitchen at Anguston in Walnut Cottage, and we've come in. We've bought some cheese and salami. We were going to have that with a glass of wine, but now that we've come in our kitchen, we're actually having toasted sandwiches for lunch. We'll have the wine later. So I'm just going over here to get the toast out. Yes, it's just grilling nicely. Another few minutes, and I'll be ready to put tomato and cheese on. So
Yeah,
now
we're
I'm
going to
doing
look
that.
around.
But look at the textures, look at the
This
grapes.
is-
Sorry, on the table we've got grapes to go with our cheese platter. Breakfast continental over there. Look at the little flowers, and that's my garden. Loads and loads of lavender.
Out the back.
Then if you come to my fridge, you'll find we've got provisions for breakfast. So orange
Provided
juice,
to us by the
milk, yogurt, smoked
hosts.
bacon, fabulous. And then you go through to my lounge. You can go through to the lounge
I
and
think I'll show us a lot.
you already showed us. Or
No, you can go through and show us.
Oh, but I'm watching the toast. And somebody closed
Right,
it.
so this is the beautiful quaint little lounge that we've got. Beautiful chairs and lovely little fireplace. It's a little 2-bedroom cottage, this. It's the main foyer. Has the main bedroom. And the light switch, there we go, give it a little bit of light. So it's a bit of a smaller bed than last night, but I'm sure we'll survive. We've only got one bedroom, we're not allowed to use the spare bedroom. And then we walk through, round to the back of the house. There's Bridgie in the kitchen again. At the back of the house you've got a whole big laundry, and then you've got a beautiful bathroom, the toilet, and a lovely bath. And then they've got a bit of a shower on the back here as well. Cool.
Anguston.
Anguston, and we've just made ourselves our own cheese platter because we thought we would eat in this beautiful little cottage as opposed to going out, because I think we've all been eating too much and we need to just cut back a little bit. So here we're cutting back.
Cheers.
We had a little walk this afternoon to justify.
Cheers.
Cheers. Here's to holiday, relaxing
Yeah,
lifestyle.
yeah.
Somebody shouldn't be having a glass of wine.
That's why he's got the little glass. Tell me what you're doing now, Douglas.
Playing Mastermind.
Why are you playing Mastermind?
Because there's nothing else to do. We're living like they used to do in the olden days. Drink wine, listen to music and play games or read books.
And where are we? In the
We're
kitchen.
in Riverston.
No, we're in Anguston.
Anguston. In
I'm
the
going to
kitchen
make
in
a
Anguston.
sign for you next time. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, so we're playing Mastermind. Bye. Beautiful day in the Barossa Valley, and we're on our bike. We're about 2 kilometres from Norrie or Norrie-Upta or something like that, and about 4 kilometres from Anguston. These are our hire bikes. We got them at the Mitre 10, the handyman, and they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty comfortable.
Yeah, we're cycling on the cycle path and amongst all the vineyards. Bridget
Just
wants
getting
the
Dougie to
pathway.
show you the pathway, where we've been and
Where we have to go.
where we're going.
Down the cycle.
This is a flat section.
Yeah, it's beautiful flat. So this is the Barossa Valley that we got. And we got our bicycles, as you saw earlier. And we're getting a bit of exercise to get rid of all that food we've been eating.
Okay, here we are, a little bit further along the track. Couldn't miss this photo opportunity.
Our statues. There's an early statue.
Sculptures.
Sculptures.
Well, I don't know what's the difference really between a statue and a sculpture.
Yeah, it's sunny. Right, where we come from and where we're going to.
We started in Anguston. We rode all the way along the railway line, the old railway line, which has been turned into a bike path to Norrie. We didn't actually go quite into Norrie-Upta, and then we came down here past all the beautiful roses and flat vineyards on a purpose-built cycle path, and we've arrived in Tanunda, and we're here at the bicycle hub.
And where we're hoping to go for lunch.
We're thinking of going down here to Roland Flat, which is where Jacobs Creek is. That's our plan. Another option we've got is, of course, to go to Bethany. Seems to be a number of wine farms out that way as well.
We'll have to decide. So this is the cycle hub. And you can see we've got maintenance stations for your bicycles on the different routes.
So this is the entry to the Langmile or Langmale Lutheran Church. These poplar trees, possibly? Maybe not poplar. Some
Closer
kind
to
of
the
trees.
idea.
These tall, thin trees line the road along towards the church, and the cemeteries on either side. And I'm going to ride my bike right up the wood.
There's Bridgie riding her bike up the middle of the cemetery, right up to the church. Yeah, we're just out of town, and we're back in the vineyards. And we're just passing a scarecrow. Keep going. We're out in the middle of the vineyards, out in the countryside. As fast as you can down the hill, you've got to go up another one. With new vineyards on this side. Now, as I said, the bush cycle track is far more pleasant because it's away from the main road. And I certainly think that Barossa Valley is the best cycle track so far compared to the Hunter and the Clare Valley. So if you want to have a little cycle holiday, I reckon Barossa trumps a lot at the moment. Now I'm going to go up a hill, so far I've got to do 2 hands on the wheel. Yeah, video.
Back in the day, I could have climbed into it. Now I just have to drink it.
So it's half a wine glass molded into a rock. Quite cool. Half full. We just got to go get the menu from the restaurant. We're now at Jacobs Creek, and we've just ridden all the way from Anguston to Jacobs Creek. It's been a very pleasant morning cycle, and we've done quite well. Now we'll be ready for a rest, and this is our turning point. After a drink and some lunch, we'll head back. Hopefully we don't drink too much water.
So here we are. I've just ordered a little bit of lunch. We're at Jacobs Creek. Douglas is catching his couple of Zeds before we go off cycling again. So it's lunchtime in the Jacobs Creek vineyards. Vineyards are behind you. I'm sure Douglas has already captured that. Would you like to see what's on my Jacobs Creek platter?
Yes, please.
Okay, so first of all I have a Maggie beer, duck and orange pate. It's always my favourite, nice and fattening and tasty. We've also, see Maggie beer, check it out. Maggie beer from the Barossa. Then we have a Barossa cripple cream cheese, which is interesting because I thought it was a brie, but it's not really, but it tastes beautiful. And because I couldn't resist it, and I knew Douglas was here, I brought along a little bit of Harris Smokehouse smoked salmon. And then this is the premium Cuvée, Jacob's Creek, that's for Douglas.
Champagne for somebody who doesn't have any alcohol.
And he's got 2 glasses of ice to water it down. And,
Diluted as I sip it gently over the next hour or
this is
so.
my Riesling. It's a Jacob's Creek Riesling. It's from Eden Valley, which is actually where our little townhouse is. Townhouse? Yeah, townhouse. And that is all of about 17 kilometres away, so we're going to ride home again.
Yeah, good luck to
Cheers.
that. Cheers.
We are at the lookout. We're just past Jacob's Creek. We come up one hill. We're taking a break. I think the ride home's going to be a little bit harder, but anyway, don't have an option.
5 minutes out from Jacob's Creek, one little hill, and I'm completely breathless.
Just shows you too much food and alcohol is not good for you.
Also, a little bit of unfitness doesn't help. Anyway, that's the scenery that we've got behind us now from the lookout. There we go. And behind us are little bicycles and Bridgie walking around. There we go. There's a sharp downward corner, which we had a bit of a speed wobble.
And I fell off and ended up over there.
Bridgie ended up
I
under
didn't
the
take my
tree.
jump off. I lost control. I've got absolutely no idea how to ride a bike.
Did you have no damages to you?
I'm okay.
Good.
I'm embarrassed
And there's
myself.
the bike. I've already taken the grass
Something
off the bike.
awful. And I've got sand everywhere. But I won't do that again. 'Cause
Just
now
go
I'll keep my
slowly.
brakes on all the time.
Slow down hills.
I so enjoyed that ride
Yes.
till I tumbled off.
Here we got the rosebush garden. It runs next to the bicycle track. Next to the vineyards. That's in the sun over that way. Then we have Dorian House over there. And then we have Bridgie, who's recovered from her bicycle fall. Sort of. But she loves the roses. When at the wine farms, what do you do, Bridgie?
Drink wine. That's it.
Taste wines, not just cycle.
Taste wine, sorry, not drink.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So we're at the Kaesler estate.
Yeah, I'm going to get Jack that one instead.
Which one? The Bogan.
We are just outside the Kaesler wine cellar, and we've bought 2 bottles of the Bogan. One for Dermot and one for Jack. Not saying anything.
This Bogan is actually the winemaker, comes from Western Sydney.
He went to university in South Australia and they called him a Bogan. Makes beautiful wine, so here you go.
He has a present for Dermot because he's living up in the Blue Mountains.
And we bought it for Jack because I thought they sold a wine with the name Jack and they don't. So he'll just have the Bogan instead. Okay, so I'm gonna... here we are outside Walnut Cottage, which has been our home for the last 3 days, 2 nights. Very nice little place. It's lovely. It's old 1860s, 1880s cottage. It's a bit like that inside, but it's beautiful, very relaxing. But realise we actually like a light to come into our home.
Yeah, we can't wake up in the morning in this cottage. We just got out of bed, we're going down to coffee and it's now 9 a.m.
We'll take a walk. It's about, 300 metres down to the village and find a coffee shop and come back for a cooked breakfast.
There we go. And then we'll fly back to Sydney tonight.
But we've got a whole day still.
Yeah.
Bye. This is the Anguston Town Hall. It also is the library at times. And it was built in 1911 of Anguston marble and something else. No, I was going to be so good at this. And so bluestone, that's what it is. We don't see the marble from here, so we expect it's inside. This place was used for various social activities for the community, and one important thing they're very proud of is at one of the farewells for the soldiers, the Prime Minister Ben Chifley actually arrived with his distinctive hat. Distinctive? I'm not sure why. In the background you can see where we hired the bicycles from yesterday. Douglas not too keen to cycle today. And the great thing about this holiday is we've actually had time to smell the roses.
There's the roses, but you can't smell them through the video camera. But
Yeah,
they
but
have
come
roses,
here.
there's roses everywhere. You see, that's how beautiful a place it is.
Very big tree, and it's at Springton, 8 kilometres from Eden Valley. And this tree was the home of the Herbig family between 1855 and 1860. There must have been a bit more to it.
Yeah.
We're here, we have Douglas in the Herbig family tree, reading it all. He's very impressed because they had 16 kids. But, and there goes, I can't hear you, I'm too far away, you'll have to talk. It's probably a good idea.
Anyway, that's the tree. A little bit more close. The day that he lived.
Talk.
Here we are going into the tree house. Many years ago, the family spent 5 years living in this tree. I'm quite happy with 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Okay, let's head into Adelaide.
Oh, but we've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
We might go through Harndorf on the way, the German village. We're in Harndorf and I'm about to drag Douglas in here. We might buy a cuckoo clock.
So this is Handorf, a little taste of Germany. In the Adelaide Hills area. There we go. Yeah. Important town candle. Beautiful trees down the whole street, and you can walk up and down all these shops and beautiful little buildings. And that's where we got Tommy's candle. Just more of the area. German and yeah, we're having some tea and scones in a lovely little restaurant in the back room. It's so crowded with little ornaments and tea and cookies and other stuff, just non-stop. Unbelievable, really.
This video?
Right?
Yes, and the light is not right, so I'm going to go. Show me what you got.
Strudel and some
Bienstieg.
bin-
I don't actually know how to say it. Biesting.
lots of custard and lovely cake.
Toffee top.
So we just need a little bit extra food just in case we don't pay.
Sustain us.
Here we go. Bridget's having some tea and desserts just in case we're fading away. What's that cake again?
Biesting.
Beef stew.
German
Apple
name, but I
strudel.
don't know how to pronounce it.
And this is in the restaurant with all those little goodies.
That's my injuries from my cycle trip. And I'm hurting. And now I'm hurting because Douglas said something rude about the door. And I've
What
got
did
a
I
very
say?
sore shoulder too.
What did I say rude about the door?
He said, you might want to try the handle
Yeah, well, because why?
because the door wouldn't open.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though it said push, apparently you had to turn and push.
So,
That Douglas bought me in Handorf.
yeah.
Handorf. It's German. Look. Watch me walk towards the German house.
See, perfect, eh?
I'm going to Adelaide now to catch the plane. Bye. And so here we are, saying goodbye to Handorf, driving along the tree-lined road. Douglas is pretty impressed. Sorry, what did you say?
Hold the camera so it doesn't go in vibrations of the car.
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. There's even more vibrations. Anyway, we can cut the bits out, but look at that beautiful street. There, we have no cars in it. Now it's even better. And we're going to go around the corner and we're going back to Adelaide.